Anyways, I believe that most of you can read this. It says over here, La ilaha illa ant, subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was asked by one of the companions, was that dua specifically effective for Yunus alayhi salam? We know
So we've just arrived to the Maqam of Nabi Yunus alayhi salam. Right behind me is Masjid Yunus. Let's go inside and discover the Maqam and learn a little bit more about it. Jazakallah khair.
صلي على خير الورى خير البشر يا مصطفى صلي على خير الورى خير البشر يا مصطفى सहर का वक्त था मासूम कलियां मुस्कुराती थी हवाएं खैर मकदम के तराने गुनगुनाती थी अभी जिब्रील भी उतरे न थे काबे के मिंबर से कि इतने में सदा आई है अब्दुल्लाह के घर से मुबारक हो मोहम्मद मुस्तफा तशरीफ ले आए
recently they added that direction and they are still trying to enlarge and expand the masjid. So you are looking at an 800 years old building over here that contains or houses Maqam Sayyidina Yunus. Right underneath this Maqam over here, we do have the cave where according to tradition he lived for a year. Halhul stayed a year. So he stayed for a whole year in the bottom part over here, which is made of a natural cave. He stayed here until he regained his power, and then of course he lost that power while he was into that mihna inside the whale. So once he got stronger, he left back to Iraq. We do have Maqam Nabi Yunus in Iraq. I don't know if you guys followed the news, but it was one of the maqams that were sabotaged by ISIS. If you guys remember, when ISIS took control of Iraq, they went into different maqams, believing that people were worshipping those maqams, so they just took it out, they just dismantled it. They say that they took the body and just reburied it somewhere else without people knowing where that body was buried, so they can prevent people from going and worshipping next to the maqams. Anyways, I believe that most of you can read this. It says over here, La ilaha illa ant, subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was asked by one of the companions, was that dua specifically effective for Yunus alayhi salam? We know that it's God's mercy, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy, that he taught him that dua that unbroke his being in that very bad situation. So the question was, if we do say that dua, is it going to work for us as it worked for Yunus as well? And Rasulullah confirmed that. So he said, yes, of course it will work for any of us as it worked for Yunus. However, we do have to have the real heart for it. We have to have the real niyyah for it, because in that specific situation, Yunus knew with all his emotions, with all his consciousness, that there's nothing, that there's no power whatsoever that can take him out of that very critical situation except for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That means that he put all his trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's when it worked for him. Okay? So that actually goes with Rasulullah, if you have the heart for it, if you really believe that it's all in Allah's hands and only in Allah's hands, then you are pretty much at the same level with Yunus's position in that very critical situation, and then it should work out for you as well. So it's been named as dua fakkil karb, like it releases the karb, it releases the hardship that anybody is being put into, in case he has that belief that it will work out for him as well, inshallah ta'ala. So we have learned this dua from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from Yunus before him. Therefore, Rasulullah repeatedly told that to the Sahabis, and now it's to us. So whenever you feel that you need Allah's attention, you need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's coming and aiding, helping you right then and there, do not forget that you've been here, you've witnessed the place, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala look at us with His mercy and help us out of one of the toughest situations that we are going through as we speak now.
I hope this video was beneficial to you. As you've seen, right behind me is the Maqam of Nabi Yunus alayhi salam. There's no body buried here, it's just a place where he came and stayed for 1 year after he was spat out of the whale. Don't forget to share this video and subscribe for more content. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
लाखों सलाम, लाखों सलाम।